Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to go ahead and talk about marriage and medicine. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. We love marriage and medicine, but this episode was uneventful. I was expecting I know that they were gone for 2 weeks, probably due to the holiday season, but I was expecting a little bit more. You know what I'm saying, from marriage and medicine and Potomac. But it is what it is. For y'all not to want Quad to be a part of the friend group, y'all show talked about Quad this episode. Y'all mentioned Quad at least twice, if my memory serves me correctly. Jackie and Heavenly had a quick one too, and then even at the dinner scene with the entire group towards the end, they also pretty much mentioned Quad. She ain't a part of the group no more, so why y'all still talking about it? She gone. Girl, Quad back in Atlanta. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna lie, Heavenly is my girl. But when I tell you Heavenly, you can tell Heavenly don't care. When I tell you, girl, Miss Miss Heavenly had that wig sitting right. Girl. Gonna tell you Dr. Heavenly had that wig sitting right here the whole episode. Girl, it took Toya. Shout out to Toya. It took Toya to pull her to the side and be like, girl, let's fix this unit, honey. Girl, when I say Heavenly had that wig sitting right here. Excuse me. I said, ooh wee. Um, look, it wasn't a lot going on this episode. We can go ahead and talk about Sweet Tea. Listen. Before I get into that, let me mention this. Sweet Tea says that basically she has nothing in common with these women. That's what she said. She said beside them having boochie cats. She ain't say the word boochie cat. She said vagina. But she said besides them having vaginas, she has nothing in common with these women. They're old enough to be. I think she say they're old enough to be her grandmother, or they're old as her grandmother, something like that. Well, girl, if they old as your grandmama, then what they make your husband? Because I think that your husband is even older than Dr. Heavenly. Girl, you can't try and throw shade at the women in the group when Quad has kept your husband graduated high school with a couple of them. Not in real life. But what I'm saying is, girl, when you look at Dr. Jackie, girl, Dr. Simone, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. G, girl, they was all in middle school, high school around the same time. Yeah, Sweet Tea, you wasn't even here. Okay? Your mom and daddy probably hadn't even met. So I'm gonna need you to stay away from always coming after the women in their age, and um because girl, you're low key dragging the man that you married. Sweet Tea went to the doctor, and she basically found out that there's a 50-50 chance that she could have a baby. If you've been watching my reviews, you know that what I'm about to say, it ain't nothing new. I've said this in the beginning of the season. I'm going to say it again. Ain't nobody going to convince me that in this situation, I'm not talking about your situation. I'm not talking about your best friend's situation. I'm not talking about your mama situation. I'm not talking about your sorority sister situation. I'm talking about Sweet Tea. Ain't nobody gonna convince me that that heifer did not know that it was an issue. It could be an issue with her having children. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Even when the doctor broke the news to her, I feel like Sweet Tea was trying her hardest to squeeze out a tear or two. The To me, what I saw on my television screen was someone who was receiving this information, but it wasn't her first time receiving that information. I think that Sweet Tea already knew this. I think this is not new to Sweet Tea in her ears, okay? I think that Sweet Tea hit a lick with Dr. G. She watched the show. She told that man, I can give you what you want, baby. Okay? Which she knew that Dr. G wanted children, or a son, a daughter, a kid, whatever. You know, y'all be wanting kids until you find out they punks and fags and girl trans and lesbians. But that's a whole nother conversation for another. But he wanted a child nonetheless. And she watched the show, slid into his DMs, and told him, I can give you what you want. And now she down there, girl, trying to get pregnant. And she can't. And I think she already knew that. I really do. You know, Sweet Tea told me at BravoCon, I met Sweet Tea at BravoCon, and she told me she watched my videos. Although she gonna still watch after this season. Hey, Sweet Tea girl. Girl, over here we tell the truth. But girl, I think Sweet Tea, I think you knew. I think you knew this whole time. I could be wrong. But I don't think so. This nice. All right. Girl, come in casing out the joint. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't think Sweet Tea did not know that she could potentially have issues having a child. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. As insensitive as it may sound, somebody told me that I was evil. Girl, somebody told me I was evil on Twitter. Well, that's fine. My mind still ain't gonna change. Um, the girls broke into groups on the trip. So some went to a spa, some basically went out. I think it was a vineyard. I can't remember. To just like Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, and Sweet Tea, and then the other girls went to the spa. They said the mud. I feel like I understood Toya in this moment. She said in her head she had something completely different when it came to the mud bath. I had something completely different in my head too. It wasn't them walking into a room and I'm talking about basically y'all about to basically y'all are about to sit in some shit. Because the consensus was, girl, it smells like bowel movement in here. Pretty much. I wouldn't have gotten that. I'm not sitting in nothing that smells like shit. Okay? End the conversation. Girl, I get in this water and splash around and drink a little wine. Other than that, I'm not getting in that mud. Not if it's smelling like that. Dr. Alicia. You know, I think Dr. Alicia is a gorgeous woman. I'm still not understanding why she's on the show. Can nobody explain to me why? Can someone explain to me why Dr. Alicia is on the show? I get where they're trying to go now with her storyline, right? But I feel like it's just a little too late, girl. We 8 episodes in, girl. So basically, Dr. Alicia married someone who has an idea of how a marriage should run, and it's not the same as her. It sounds like Dr. Alicia wants someone or wanted a husband who looked at her as his partner, and the husband sounds like he wants his wife to be a mattress, a maid, and a mule. That's what it sounds like to me. I, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't understand when y'all know y'all have an idea of how you want your life to be or your marriage to be, and you sign up for something completely different. I'm tired of trying to give the girls the benefit of the doubt. Just why? If Dr. Alicia, you knew that you had an idea of how you wanted your marriage to be, then why would you get with somebody like that man? And now you're over here, now you're over there, girl, trying to bend backwards and break your neck to be the submissive wife, even though you know at your core that's not who you are. But you wanted a man, you got him. This is what he told you he wanted, and you said okay. But you know that's not who you are. And hanging around these women like Dr. Simone, quiet as it's kept, which I love, like, you know, I love Dr. Simone, but it's not gonna it's not gonna turn you into the Stepford wife. If anything, girl, you're gonna start to see how Dr. Simone and how the other girls move, and girl, you're gonna be like, well, girl, my girl, you see what I'm saying? Maybe if Dr. Alicia was hanging around other women that were in the mindset of girl mattress made and muley, then she might be all right. But girl, these women don't give you that on here. Girl, it is what it is with Dr. Alicia. Um, Phaedra. Y'all know Phaedra. Y'all know I do not see it for Phaedra Parks. I wish Phaedra had more conversations like this, like honest conversations. And I feel like I could try and like Phaedra. Because in this moment, just seeing Phaedra not just scrunch up her face and just try to be shady, I just felt like it was fresh to see Phaedra have a conversation and it sounds like she's being honest, right? So Toya and Simone, Dr. Simone feel like Phaedra needs a man and that her kid's gonna be gone. So Phaedra was basically like, okay, I know they're gonna be gone one day, they better. I don't want my son to be in the house at 25 like yours playing video games. I tell you, I got so annoyed seeing Mouse in that bedroom, girl, with them clothes in that basket, just sitting there playing a video game. I got so annoyed. The goal is for my kids to leave the house. I know. She based off of her first marriage with a let's get the mess out of me. Based off of her first marriage with a first marriage, like she'd been married more than once. Based off of her marriage with Apollo, it left a sour taste in her mouth. Even though, girl, y'all already know how I feel about Apollo and Phaedra in that marriage. Hello, ain't nothing changed. I still think what I think. I still don't think that Phaedra didn't know what was. Let me shut up. But based off of her marriage with Apollo, and then I guess based off of the wealth, I guess that she's accumulated due to being, on the show, she feels as though marriage may not be the best thing. Girl, we could be boyfriend and girlfriend for the rest of our life, right? But getting tied together with you and all this stuff, I don't want none of that, right? Toya feels like maybe you should want to show your boys that a marriage can be successful. Or maybe one of Phaedra's goals should be to teach her son that your happiness is not built around a marriage. Your happiness is built on what you feel makes you happy and not necessarily being in a relationship. Y'all, the goals y'all have in life, I feel like y'all need to go back to the drawing board. Like Toya, you need a man because you want to be a kept woman and you don't want to work. So that's why you need a man, right? Because we know what you want to do. You want to be able to lay up all day, not work, drink wine, and live like a rich black woman, right? So that's why you need a man. The reality is you don't need, girl, anyone. Okay? You may want that person. It may make your life easier to have this person. But when it's all said and done, honey girl, you come into this world alone, you leave this world alone. Hello? But I do believe that, girl, one of the things that y'all need to start teaching y'all kids is not necessarily, girl, your life revolving around a relationship, whether it's with a man or a woman or a man and a man, girl, whatever. But girl, just being your journey in this life is finding happiness, right? And I think that as long as Phaedra teaches her sons that a goal should not be to think that your happiness will only come in a package of being married and having kids. Your happiness should start with you and within on some real shit. Anyways, what else? Oh, Dr. Eugene. Now I will say, bitch, if you're gonna look for a man, bitch, you better find your Dr. Eugene, bitch. And ain't a bitch out there that's gonna say anything bad about Dr. Eugene, not in my presence. You know, I will keep my foot on these niggas' necks. Will. And will not let that hoe up. If I wanted to be in a relationship, I would need to find me a man like Dr. Eugene. Someone who doesn't have a misogynistic way of thinking, not a sexist way of thinking. Girl, when I tell you he loves Toya's dirty draws, Toya, if Toya ever, you know, I don't think that men are the prize. I don't. I don't. When it comes to Toya and Eugene, Toya got her one, girl. She do. Toya got her a good ass man. If Toya ever lost Dr. Eugene, girl, I would call her all types of dumb bitches. Girl, don't you ever lose that man, Toya. Girl! If Toya lost Eugene, girl, that's a one and done. Cause girl, niggas like Dr. Eugene do not come around often. Okay? So bitch, shout out to the girls who do got them a Dr. Eugene. Shout out to the girls who think they got a Dr. Eugene and they really got a Stevie J or a Marcel or a Maurice or a Martell. Shout out to y'all for living in Delulu land. But shout out to the girls who really, really know they got a Dr. Eugene. Cause bitch, y'all got it good. Okay? Dr. Gene over there, girl, taking Toya wig down, weave, whatever. Girl, he got his goddamn, what the thing called you tie around your head with the light? Girl, mine and light, whatever it's called. Girl, he got his surgery light on, girl. I say, yes, ma'am. I love Dr. Eugene. I really do. I really do. I think that Dr. Eugene is the perfect example of how a man should be. I really do. I really do. And y'all, like I said, y'all know I don't even go for these niggas like that. I live for Dr. Eugene. Anyways, him and Cecil have a good conversation. I thought the conversation between Cecil and Eugene was great. Basically just talking about, you know, Dr. Alicia's husband, um, his way of thinking, um, that way of thinking they know wouldn't work in their relationships. Dr. Simone is not a girl put in a place type of chick. Toya ain't a put in a place type of chick, so that won't work over here. Um, Again, I don't know how this is going to work for Dr. Alicia and her marriage because being around, girl, you're not around like the traditional women, even though they could, you know, some of the stuff they said this episode, I was like, girl, Dr. Simone, shut up. Excuse me. But Dr. Simone is not a just run over type of chick, you know? Um, I didn't like the way they tried to make it seem as though, girl, because Phaedra ain't got no man, she lonely. Do you know how many people in a relationship are lonely? Hello, catch that? You know how many people in a marriage are lonely? Because sorry, quiet as it's kept, no tea, no shade. You was the one who was down to the first lady church last year talking about how you was lonely. Wasn't she down there talking about that? Okay. Um, Alora and Dr. Heavenly. I love the conversation between. I love the fact that Dr. Heavenly. You could tell that Alora knows not to play with Dr. Heavenly, but I love their relationship. I love that Dr. Heavenly allows Alora to be vocal about situations. I feel like some other people will probably shut their children down. Like, you don't know what's going on between me and my sister, stay out of this. So Laura goes to talk to Dr. Heavenly about her sister. Basically, Laura's about to leave. She knows that Dr. Heavenly's going to have a lot of free time because her and Laura are like best friends. So she tells her, basically, you need to get in contact with your sister. It's not too late. Um, Dr. Heavenly says that she don't know why her sister just won't see it. from her point of view. Basically, like, girl, I ain't did nothing to you, but just like Laura told her, she probably thinks the same way. So basically, you're thinking that I ain't did nothing to you. Your sister thinking I ain't did nothing to you, but girl, the truth of the matter is, no tea, no shade. I don't want to sound insensitive. I think the mama was the problem. We're just gonna have to call a thing a thing. The mama was the problem. The mama pit them against each other, and she probably, and I think Heavenly mentioned something like this before. I think Heavenly was always considered the smart one, and I think that the sister probably was considered the pretty one. Wasn't it like that? I don't. I think there's been a lot of seasons, and I could see. Anyways, a mother put them against each other, but like Alora said, girl, like Big Mama is dead, so it's up to y'all. It, ah! It don't make no sense for y'all to go back and forth about. I mean, I guess y'all gonna have to in order. I get the thing is, in order to really like move on with the relationship, sometimes you really have to go back to how we got to where we are. Hopefully, things work out between Heather and her sister. Um, I thought it was funny when Eugene told Toya that you can help me manscape. I said, I know that's right. Shout out to all the men out there who girl make sure they keep they private areas together. I remember one time, girl. I remember one time one of my friends, one of my female friends, girl, she showed me a picture of her boyfriend thing, and it was just so disgusting. And I told her she was a nasty bitch. But I'll tell you, it was so much hair down there. I said, "Girl, you be going down there, girl." Girl, y'all, you need to get some. You need to get some clippers and shave that. It was hairy. I'm talking about hairy, like hair everywhere. Girl, that's just too much. Girl, that's just too much. Girl, that's just too much hair. Anyways, girl. Um, that was pretty much it. Dr. Jackie said she called Laura and told her that basically she's the Olivia Pope of vaginas. If she ever get herself in some trouble, call her first. Basically, if you get pregnant, call me and we're gonna take care of business. That's what I got from it. Hello. Don't call your mama, call me first. You know she gonna freak out. Always remember you got options. That's what I got from it. That was pretty much it. Girl, like I said, it wasn't a lot going on with this episode. It was cute or whatever, but it wasn't a lot. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.